Hey everyone, it is that time. Mark the Movie Man here, and I've got one for you today from Tiziano Cella, and I hope I pronounced that name right, and it's called Subject Zero, Shattered Memories, where we get the story of a guy who's had this long-term project that involved experimenting on a few individuals. So it's a kind of a shady project, but it's come to fruition, and it's time for him to sell it. But his domestic problems at home, as well as his problems with Subject Zero, complicate the matters of his plan, and we see how things come to fruition as he deals with this and deals with the unhinging of his Subject Zero. Well, I was impressed by this film. I love going into a film blind, okay? And I was impressed by the meat of this story. Tiziano Cella, who also co-wrote the script as well as stars in it as one of the main characters, really brings us a meaty script. It's got some history to it, some mythology to it. It's got some meat to it, some depth, which surprised me because films like this don't always have that, especially done on this budget. But he handles the material well, and it kept me interested throughout, especially with the multiple storylines. At first I was trying to figure out, well, how are these characters interconnected? But if you just be patient with Subject Zero, you do see how things all come to a head and to a single point. And I really liked how he handled those different storylines, and by keeping that mystery, it kept me interested throughout the film. Things do start to ramp up, and you do get more horror elements in here, and things do get gory, okay, folks? So definitely not a lot of gratuitous gore in here, but where it is used, it's very effective and rather disturbing too, especially one particular scene later on in the film. So I really enjoyed that it wasn't all a gore fest. Because of the type of story it was, it wouldn't have been fitting, and they didn't go that route, and they use it effectively in here, and it looked really good, and it was all practical. Always loved the practical gore effects in here. Now, the music in here, for the most part, was really well done. It added to a nice effect to most of the scenes, though there are just a couple scenes in here where it didn't quite fit what was going on. I think he was trying to use it to keep dramatic tension, but for me it took me just a little bit out of it because I'm like, nothing really going on, yet this dramatic music makes it feel like something should be going on. So there were just a couple parts in there. Also, one of the actresses does have her voice recorded by someone else, and it was very evident, unfortunately, so that took me a little bit away from her scenes. Though she does perform them very well, you could definitely tell it was ADR'd, and it did distract me a little bit. Not a lot to ruin my enjoyment of Subject Zero, Shattered Memories. The performances in here are really well done, all shot in Italy, which was beautiful, though it is in English, so don't let it being shot in a foreign country or by a director turn you away from this film. I think it's interesting. I think if you're a fan of independent films, you will enjoy this. If you don't mind a little bit of gore in your thriller, which this has, you should check out Subject Zero, Shattered Memories. I'll leave the link down below, as always, to their Facebook page so you can keep up to date with them. And if you've seen Subject Zero, Shattered Memories, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this interesting independent thriller horror film. Always look for those constructive comments from my fellow viewers. Thank you so much, as always. We're over 700 subscribers and keep growing. Hopefully, maybe by this time next year, we'll hit 1,000, but one can dream, right? Thank you so much for your support, as always, and remember, till next time, folks, keep that ticket stub.